Hey, SSR fans, and welcome to SSR Podcast, where we talk to higher YouTubers with millions of subscribers and higher audiences on YouTube. I am your host, SSRPODCAST. I am a YouTuber, and I've been doing YouTube for about 7 years now. So today's featured guest we are going to be having in our podcast today is none other than Frost Titan Gaming. He has multiple channels over on YouTube. He has his main channel, which is Frost Titan Gaming. He's got 41 subs on there. He also has on his gaming channel Call of Duty, there's Apex Legends, there's Valorant, Rocket League, Halo, and then there's so much more. He has a vlogging channel, which has 87 subs. And then we get to his main channel, which is his Minecraft channel, which has got like 1.22k subs. He reached about 1,000 subscribers on November 19, 2019. And I'm going to go ahead and bring him in. Frost Titan, welcome to the podcast.
Glad I'd be here.
Yeah. So I noticed on your YouTube channel, you're mostly active on your Minecraft channel. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. I also noticed that your channel that you joined on September 17th of 2014, is that just for your Minecraft channel, or is that when you actually joined YouTube?
The Minecraft is my first channel I started with originally, and it is my main channel that I mainly post content on.
Oh, okay. So, like 2014, that's when you actually started, correct?
That would be pretty much correct. I mean, when I first started, I had started making Pocket Edition content, so recording videos with my phone and stuff like that. And then I invested in a PC, learned them, built myself a rig, and now I make videos on my PCs. So yeah, officially I would have made videos, yes.
So when you say like Pocket Edition, are you talking about the like Bedrock Edition and you started from there?
No, when it wasn't even known as Bedrock, it was Pocket Edition, like Pocket Edition, that I literally started making videos on like a modded little series using like my phone.
Oh, okay.
So like that was like officially when I wanted to start, but then I realized the quality and everything wasn't up to par with what I wanted, so I pretty much stepped down from that and continued with PC.
So when did you like start all that? Was that in 2014 or was that like a different year?
No, that was 2014. That was that officially is when I started.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So how did you start on YouTube, and like what inspired you to become a YouTube creator on YouTube?
Well, I originally wanted to make content because it looked fun. It seemed interesting. A lot of people came to me when I was in elementary school or high school or whatever, and they said, I had energy. I had a good commentary. I just had a good vibe and something, and I was just very approachable. So they said, "Hey, maybe you should make a YouTube channel." So I considered it. After watching other countless YouTubers do it, I thought maybe why not? I then got my friend who told me a little bit about computers. I started off with a pretty basic gaming PC. So then I carried on with that, tried it out. Then I learned a little bit more, and then I ended up building my own rig and so on and so forth.
So what was like your first computer that you ever like had a game or you ever played on?
Yeah, the first PC, I don't know if I should go if specs wise if that's important or not. But no, it was a pretty basic computer. It ran a pretty standard 1060 graphic card, a 4-core processor, and 8 gigs of RAM. It was good for what I had. It was able to do the things I needed to do. I used NVIDIA recording softwares for some reason before I learned out and found out about OBS. So, yeah.
And you've probably used OBS a really long time, right?
I've been using OBS currently, yes.
Oh, okay. So what kind of YouTuber would you see yourself in like 5 or 10 years from now? Like with your Frost Titan gaming or like your Minecraft, or like where would you see yourself?
Well, Frostbite is the name and the brand that I'm going off of,
Mhm.
and the gaming is strictly kind of to dilute the Minecraft content and to be more me for a more older audience, so playing games that wouldn't be really suited for kids primarily. And the Minecraft channel is the more family friendly, so it would be built off of 80%, like the foundation would be 80% Minecraft, and then the odd time I play the indie game here and there.
So with your like gaming channel, do you do other games except Call of Duty or like Apex? Have you ever done like GTA, or have you ever done like Splitgate or anything like that? Have you ever thought of like going any further from just those games in general?
No, it's just still fairly new.
Mhm.
So I don't wanna I'm still fairly new into it. So a lot more content on that channel would be coming. So I've done a lot of pre-recordings with a lot of my friends and a lot more content's coming there. It's just so because I've been playing Minecraft for a long time, as most people have, and I'm slowly feeling the urge to walk away from it, but I don't want to. So having a second channel to get my mind off Minecraft every once in a while it's good. It feels more refreshing, so I can go do other things, play games with my friends. That isn't just Minecraft.
Right. I was actually thinking about doing kind of a thing like that myself. I was thinking of doing just a Minecraft channel and then having the regular channel that I currently have. The channel was going to be called Cessant Minecraft. And
Mm.
I've been talking with my team and everything like that. And they were like, well, you shouldn't really do like a separate channel. You should just keep it all on your current channel, which I currently do have. So, I mean, I really haven't been doing it like that, like you do. So I know if for other things to talk about, if you could pick any YouTuber that you've been a fan of like your whole life or before you started being like a creator yourself that you've been a fan of, who would it be and why?
A fan of or like who inspired me?
Inspired you?
Um, so I mean, a lot of it was, growing up to when, Preston Plays was, he
Mhm.
continued making, those videos when he was younger. A lot of that was him, and a lot of it was kind of Jacksepticeye. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, so I really do like both of them as content creators. But not so much as now, but like when they were younger in their prime and they started making videos like the way they knew how to do it before, like dislike buttons were removed. When Kappa wasn't a thing, but now it's kind of like you need to have to follow a strict rules and strict schedules to upload content, which is really disappointing.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember Kappa. I even did a video on my channel about it because I was actually worried about like losing my content and losing all my audience and everything like that. And I think that was probably for higher people. I think higher than me and you, probably like in the 10,000s or 10K or 10 million or whatever like that. It really hit them hard. Like Markiplier, he had something about Kappa, and he was like, I can't believe this whole thing is happening, and I might lose all my videos and everything like that. And I remember I thought that was going to hit me, but because I didn't have a lot of subscribers, I didn't have to worry too much about it.
Yeah.
So, during years that you've been like a creator, have you ever wanted to do something like a YouTube series on like YouTube originals?
Never really crossed my mind.
No. Was there anything that you ever wanted to do like a Minecraft series or do like a live action thing or something like that?
Well, I've always wanted to get into making some like Minecraft movies in a way,
Mhm.
but they've all kind of flopped because most people that I've either hired or a lot of the friends that I've gathered to record those and make sessions on never really went through. They've always kind of flopped because either, they were in school, so a lot of that never really came through. So that was the only kind of disappointing thing. I would like to continue or like to do, but unfortunately, I don't have the people or the resources to do so.
Yeah, because a lot of people are still in school or they're doing online school or they're in college. It's really hard to do stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just having to get people to sign up. Like even now, it's hard to kind of set up dates with other content creators, finding proper dates to record videos with them. It's just a challenge
Yeah,
constantly.
yeah, it is because a lot of people like higher up. I think like Mr. Beast. He's done a lot of weird things on his channel. I've watched his channel a lot. Like he'll do random things like if I have for how many people stand in a circle, step out of this circle, you won't win like a brand new event or something like that. I mean I have thought of doing that, but it's like I don't think I have the capability of doing that. You know what I mean? It'd be kind of
Yeah.
hard. Now, this was probably a short video, but have you ever wanted to collaborate with any of your fans or have you ever wanted to collaborate with another YouTuber?
Yeah, no, I'm honestly open to a lot as long as they, like I'm not against whoever to collaborate with because people don't realize that collaborations are the way to getting recognition
Mhm.
and like they have to stop looking at the oh, look at the subscriber goal or look how many views he gets. Like you have to really ignore that. Like if you want to collab and they put time into their content through their thumbnails, whether that's through the thumbnails of their videos, and they're having fun with it, that's more important to me. I don't care how many subs you got. I don't care how many views you get. It's like don't think of it as well, obviously if you want to gain success, you have to treat it as a job, as any other thing. You have to keep practicing, keep pushing out content over and over and over again. But in order to kind of like I have nothing against collaborating with anybody. It's just I feel that collaborations nowadays are just so underwhelmed.
So, for how long you've been doing YouTube, have you noticed that it's now became like a job of yours?
I find it I find, every time I try to maybe step away or do something else, I always find myself coming back to it because it's pretty much one of the only things that keep me happy,
Yeah,
and I actually enjoy it.
I've noticed that about mine a little bit. I mean, I have a real job myself. It's not YouTube. The problem of if I wanted to be like a full like YouTuber, I mean, I've seen a lot of people that are YouTube creators that have done like different things, not in like Minecraft or stuff like that, but I watched there was a video that I watched over on YouTube by Super Mario Logo or not Logan or no, Super Mario Logan. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he did like the puppet things with like the Mario characters and stuff like that.
Sounds familiar.
So he did it was like all role play stuff with Mario characters and then he had like Jeffy and everything like that.
Yeah.
So he had a copyright claim for the characters because he was using like the Mario characters for his characters. He got a copyright claim for it. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't I mean, because it's Mario, I mean, yeah, you're using something that somebody created. But it's like I can't believe that somebody with like Pokemon characters probably wouldn't get a copyright claim for it because that's Pokemon and he was using something that was Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Which all of that I'm like for me, I don't understand. It's for me, I don't know how I could be a full-time YouTuber if if I had the energy and stuff like that. I've kind of been stepping away from YouTube once in a while, but then I come back to it.
It always comes down to your health as well. Like you want to keep it good.
Hmm.
It's a very hard. It's very hard to describe exactly what it is that people want on YouTube. Now, if you want to do it for fun, that's great. If you want to try to grind out and try to get success off of it, it really is about grinding and treating it as if a full-time job. And working like any full-time job requires some form of sacrifice. So, when I first started, um I wasn't very socialized. I was very antisocial. Like I talked to people, sure, but I never really had a lot of friends per se.
Hmm.
Um, and a lot of the time, instead of going out or going on a trip or going and hanging out with my friends, I'd spend the time trying to record content, trying to do it as best as I could, try to get better at what I know. And there were some benefits to it, and there were some downsides. Like I wish maybe I shouldn't have spent so much time making content. I could have spent it you know going out and having some fun with friends or joining some clubs or whatever. And instead I worked on making videos, editing softwares, computers. And now, because of that, I would not have learned how anything works. I wouldn't know how to build computers or work on components or circuit boards because of it. So I have a lot to thank because of it. So, there's a lot of loss and a lot of gain depending on the way you see it.
So wait, how long have you been working on computers?
I've been working on computers for about 2, 3 years.
Wow. Now, do you know anything about like programming, like JavaScript or like
So,
game coding, stuff like that?
So I originally went to school for graphic design, where because I loved using the Adobe suite, and I wanted to do it as a job. So I worked on it. I took a class. I learned how to HTML code. I learned how to use the Adobe suite, use Photoshop on a daily basis and such. But then it wasn't really the right fit for me, so I ended up not following through with it. But I left the course. I took an online course that required me to go into class every once in a while, and it was more of an IT program. So I had to learn about computers, C++, and such, and actually learning what made, like what's the graphic cards, what are CUDA cores, and such like that. And it was just super interesting. And I'm just a big, big tech fan. I like collecting old consoles, seeing how things work, like the new upcoming Steam Deck, like things like that. I'm all over. And now currently I'm trying to make videos on YouTube as well as balancing a job as a social media coordinator.
So, what is a social media coordinator? Like what kind of things do they do?
So what I do is I pretty much am kind of a tech position. So I get to work from home, which also helps benefit me making money as well as doing other stuff like making videos on my personal side. But yeah, social media coordinator is pretty much a person who maintains the social media platforms, maintains them, and pretty much does what he needs to do. It has to make it interesting to get people's attention. I keep them up to date with posts. I go take pictures. I fly the drones. I go and pretty much get any information and pictures I need for the platforms.
Now, do you do for the social media coordinator, do you do stuff on like Facebook, Instagram, things like that, or Twitter?
No, exactly that.
Oh, so where do you post? Do you post on just YouTube in general?
YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, you name it. I've had to use it at some point or another.
Have you ever thought of like doing your own website and then putting all that to like show everybody else?
I did one for a little bit for commissioning other content creators, but I stopped with that because maintaining a website domain actually costs a lot of money, so I really couldn't keep it up. But no, not anymore.
Oh. So with your vlogging channel, I saw that it only has like 87 subs. Do you basically just go out and like do videos with your friends and you go to like different places kind of
Yeah,
thing?
exactly. But since COVID, it doesn't make it easy right now. I'm hoping that stuff will ease up, and making videos is going to be a lot easier.
Yeah, all this COVID stuff is just it's been a little crazy with all the mask mandate and the COVID shots and then the boosters. It's like the news has just been really messed up.
It's all over the place.
It's so messed up. I can't get enough of it either. Now, has there been like any other things that you've wanted to do instead of YouTube?
Not really, not as far as I know. Like, depends. Like, what do you mean by that?
Like, has there been times that you wanted to do videos from like instead of just Java? Has there ever been like you wanted to do videos on like Bedrock or like other kind of videos like on the Disney server came out? If you didn't see that, did you have you ever thought of going on there or anything like that?
The Disney server?
Yeah. I don't know if you heard about it from like Xbox or something.
Is it a new
I would
Bedrock
like to
map?
quickly inform you that the Disney server is a downloadable world, not an actual server.
Oh.
Is this a marketplace map for
That is
the?
correct.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, then I am aware of it. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cuz I saw that and it was a paid it was a paid server. Is there any like worlds that you've made on Bedrock before?
No, no, no.
No. Oh. Let's see. So, I'm trying to think of other things. Do you have like any tips or pointers for like the audience that's watching or for me as a creator like to gain subs or gain bigger audience for me and stuff like that?
What really matters is really just consistency, trying to get content out. Also, again, like I said, collaborations are so underrated nowadays. And most people don't want to collaborate with people because they're either afraid that they don't match the same style as their content is, or they just completely ignore them because their sub goal isn't up to par. And like I said, that's such a bad way to look at it. You should just make content together, and if you guys like it together, like regardless of your sub count or whatever, you should just make content together because again, you're going to be seen on more channels, which will gain you more exposure at the end of the day, which is pretty much essential for any smaller creator.
Now, have you ever been out, like when you're out in the public, have you ever been recognized by anybody, like any of like new fans that never have seen you before, or like like if you're out in public, all of a sudden somebody's like, "Oh, hey, look, it's Frost Titan." Have you ever gotten that like recognizable or not recognizable, but recognized before?
Well, I did happen to come across a few people that like to come up and talk to me when I visit Minecon in Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
which was fun. One person did actually show up that was watching and did attend the actual Mindfair event and actually came and we talked, and it was pretty fun.
Now, what is like Minecon for anybody new to like Minecraft or anything like that? Like, what would you say Minecon is like?
Well, it's not so much Minecon because Minecon's been moved to online. So a lot of those big conventions, I saw I saw Vice President jump in because he was about to say something like that. I guarantee it, but uh, but yeah, Mindfair is kind of just a way to kind of jump in and kind of see what the community of Minecraft has made.
Well, that's cool. Do you have anything else for the audience or anything to close this podcast?
As far as I know, not really. But like I said, if they end up trying to make videos, regardless of if it's good or not, just you gotta push the content out, regardless if you think it's bad or if it's good. Like, don't procrastinate and just get content out there, and then you'll start to learn over time on how it all folds together. Like, you'll learn the algorithm, you'll learn how to make thumbnails better. You'll learn how to get better overall. Like, yeah, everybody starts somewhere, exactly.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, guys, that's going to do it for the podcast. I just want to thank for the people that were tuned in. I appreciate you guys joining us. I also wanted to thank Frost Titan for taking the time of joining us tonight. I hope you guys check Frost Titan and his channel out. All links will be in the description box below. And I hope you guys all have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. And
Thanks,
we
you
will
too.
see you guys on hopefully the next podcast here. I know this was kind of new to me, so hopefully it works out the next time I do another one of these. So with that being said, Frost Titan, thanks again, man. And hope you have a great Thanksgiving.